Well, unvaccinated nationals will not be able to enter this country via the ANR Robinson International Airport in Tobago when the borders are reopened. Chief Medical Officer reminds that unvaccinated individuals will require a PCR test 72 hours prior to arrival and will undergo 14 days state-supervised quarantine. But Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says those unvaccinated individuals will only be allowed to enter via the Piarco International Airport.
We want to make sure that, one, we preserve Tobago. It being a separate entity, it is possible to preserve a lower level of exposure in Tobago. And two, the logistics of managing unvaccinated people. The government is not prepared to take on that in two airports when we could do it well in one. Because if you're coming unvaccinated, it's a whole operation to deal with you.
Fully vaccinated passengers also require a PCR test prior to arrival and proof of vaccination, but will not have to undergo quarantine. With regards to cruise ships, the Prime Minister says they will not be allowed to enter this country when the borders reopen.
That's a separate decision as to whether a cruise ship, which brings a large number of people at any one time, and that is going to be taken in the context of gatherings and quick mixing of the population. So that decision has not yet been taken about cruise ships. That's a separate.
Dr. Rowley, meanwhile, clarified that unvaccinated non-nationals will not be able to enter this country. However, he stated that once vaccinated, yachters will be allowed entry since both the air and sea borders would be reopened.